In this lesson, we're going to be going over the methods of free traffic. By free traffic, I mean like Instagram, Facebook, social media traffic, maybe from Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, wherever you want to promote your product for free that allows you to create an account and, post on behalf of your own account, and you can post pictures of your product being used, or pictures of your product, just product photos with links and call to actions telling people to go get the product. So these are really simple ways of driving free traffic or non-paid advertising. And I wanted to kind of dive into the computer here and show you a few strategies or tactics that we use to kind of increase our reach when it comes to reaching these different audiences organically. So we're gonna hop right here into my computer, and as you see, we're in my computer. We're at the Instagram page for From Home Fitness. As you see, we've grown it quite a bit since we first launched the program. So 7,000 followers, and then we also have all of our posts here, organic posts. So what I want to tell you about organically is that you could post on your own Instagram page, and you can follow it up with up to like 30 different hashtags. So, and those hashtags will mainly focus on the audience that you're trying to reach. So people could be looking up that hashtag on Instagram, or have already a liking of that hashtag or the content around that hashtag, and they might see your post on their explore page, or they might see your post just scrolling around the web, and then they might see your product, and they might see your brand and your company, and then they stumble upon your page here, and then you have your link right here that goes to your website. So this is by what we mean by organic traffic or free traffic. I think this is the best way. If you can utilize social media pages like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, even Tumblr and stuff like that, you could really monetize that free traffic aspect of your brand. So it's important to have all those avenues also, pumping out content and, staying up to date and making sure the page doesn't look dead. If your page looks dead, or if your page doesn't look like, you're posting every other day, or, at least twice or three times a week, it's going to be hard for your page to actually reach the amount of people that you're trying to reach, for free. So I highly recommend doing hashtags similar to what we have here going on, in the second comment of the post. I'll just kind of explain. Maybe I can find one that has it, like right here, for example. So we had a picture of our customer. We posted a picture of our customer enjoying his bands, right? And then we followed it up with a comment of around like 20 different hashtags that related to, gym or fitness or, whatever, sport, life, exercise. So now we have all these hashtags kind of tucked in our post, so that everyone will be able to see more or less who follows any of these hashtags, or actually looks up any of these hashtags. They would have saw this picture in this post there, and it's a welcoming post. It's a guy smiling, enjoying his resistance bands that were around his neck, and now that person who's looking at this might get interested, and they're like, oh, well, I want a pair of bands like that. So they click onto the website that's in the link in your description, in the bio of your account, and then boom, they're already on your website right here. And of course, because we designed it really nicely and clean, it looks like a professional brand. It looks really nice and branded. And then right there, boom, they see the fitness product. They got the Resi bands, the gym set. So it's kind of easy to generate that free traffic. Now, it's not always guaranteed that it's going to be high converting traffic, or you're actually going to get a large amount of traffic, but nonetheless, it is free traffic, and it is some type of traffic to get you started, or to get you going in the right direction. And then also, you want to combine this with that paid advertising later on down the road, where you have a mixture of both going on, of that organic, Instagram, social media reach, and then you also have that, paid advertising reach. So then you're kind of working the two, and then you get good conversions on your site, and we're built for conversions, so your conversion percentage will just be that much higher. And those conversions that come off of unpaid ads, or no paid advertising, those are larger margins, that you're getting back on the return. So about the hashtags, where to find them, how to generate the hashtags, where to find the best performing hashtags. I go to this website right over here called best-hashtags.com. If you come to this website, you'll be able to kind of look through, and you'll be able to actually search up any keyword you want. And once you type in that keyword, it will generate the best hashtags built around that keyword that you put in there. And then all you have to do is click the copy button right here. Once you click the copy button, it'll copy all of the hashtags. And you can obviously do this from your mobile phone as well. I'm just showing you on the desktop, but when you're posting on Instagram and doing things on a mobile device, it still will work, and you'll have to go in, find the best hashtags for your keyword, copy them all, and then just go in the first comment of your post on your Instagram page right here. Like if I went here, first comment, boom, you post all those hashtags right there. And then you just, make sure it posts, doesn't have any complications or issues, or, sometimes they allow only a specific limit of hashtags. So you just kind of want to make sure you're within the limit. And then, you're good to go. Then the post will then have all those hashtags on it. You should see a higher increase in your engagement going through and moving forward. And then the second part of the organic traffic side of free traffic or anything like that is also working with other pages. So if you have access to a friend, or you meet people online, or you do a little bit of networking and you find a fitness page that posts a lot of fitness content, and you think they might enjoy, one of your pieces of content in exchange, for resistance bands or something like that, like you can send that, content creator or that page owner a message and let them know, hey, I want to advertise my bands on your page, or could you post this picture about my, my product to your page? In exchange, I'll give you one of the products for free. So you can, just give that person the product for free, just as an exchange price, for the advertisement. So you're not really paying for advertising other than the cost of that product. And your product cost should probably be under $20, or around that, if anything. So it shouldn't be like a huge loss. And just in paid ad terms, if you spent $20 and you got 100 people to click through on your website, that's pretty good. Even if it's not high converting, but you still got a lot of eyes on your product, on your brand. And so you're building that brand awareness, and you're building also your social media following by working with other pages, and doing shout outs and doing things like that. So just working social media as a whole is the best way to generate that free traffic for your store. Obviously, I recommend, for the best return and the best, progress, the fastest, you got to go right into paid advertising. But if you don't have the budget right away, and you want to just start with some free traffic and start generating some sales just from, social media and not paid advertising, this is the best way to do so. And this is the best way to get eyes to your store. So that finishes up this lesson. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. I hope this was information that you could, use on your store and, further scale.